How you feel about Jimmy Iovine and Tom Wally saying that they actually was the ones that put up the money to bail Tupac out of prison so he can go to death row?
Shit, I guess it's believable because uh, Jimmy Iovine was putting up money for everything. That's what they were there for. So, they put up all that money for me to sign to the label, and Suge did what he did with it. Suge was just a front person. It's the industry that we come from. Like, Suge would go get money advances from Interscope, and Interscope would make it happen. They was the bread. They was the one that was feeding the label. So that definitely sounds believable. And Suge got plenty of money from those people.
When you say that Suge Knight was the front man, it sounds like Jimmy Iovine didn't want to get the backlash for like bailing Tupac out of prison or putting up money to help Snoop Dogg with his case, so he'll get Suge to do it, for he can be the front man and he can get the backlash because of his image.
Yeah, I definitely think it was a image thing, and again, they knew what they can get out of Suge, and they knew what fit. This problem child fit with this problem child with Suge. It fit. You know what I mean? Tupac was probably running and scaring the shit out of them over at Interscope. Let's give him the Suge. Let's put the money behind it. Suge had sold him on the story of what it was and what he could do with him. And he had proven it. I'm sure it wasn't hard because he had proven with the other artists that he had put out previous to it and the projects that he put out to it. Suge had Jimmy's ear. Suge had Jimmy's ear. They were friends. Jimmy Iovine was kind of molding him and I guess putting him in a position like what he did with Dre now. Like, no doubt about it, Jimmy Iovine know what to do. And his job is to do what they do. Finance it and sit back and collect and, kind of guide it. You know what I mean? Jimmy Iovine has groomed a lot of great CEOs. I think Suge just got kind of hard-headed and wanted to do his thing. But Suge was definitely the front man when it came for Interscope side, I think.
So my question to you would be, do you think Tupac knew that Jimmy Iovine was the one that actually put up the money and not Suge?
Nah, I don't know. I don't think so though. You know what I mean? Because I think Pac kind of felt like Interscope said fuck him and left him out to dry, so to say. So I don't think he had an opportunity to kind of see it clear enough to know that it was Interscope that did that. You know what I mean? I don't know if he knew the business out of it or what his business thoughts on it, but I don't think he had the opportunity to know that that's what that was. I think he appreciated what Suge was doing, and again, he knew what Suge did at Death Row Records, and he looked pretty happy being around Death Row.
So the main reason why Tupac was loyal to Suge is because he felt like he bailed him out. So do you think if Tupac would have knew that Jimmy Iovine is really the one that put up the money for Tupac, do you think he would have been as loyal to Suge as he was?
I think Pac loyalty just kind of stood at who came and got him, so to say, and how Suge treated him. You know what I mean? Like, and if Pac understood the business, he know that where the check came from. But it was $1 million, right? I think it was $1 million and something dollars or something like that, $2 million, whatever it was. I mean, we all know Suge had that money at that time himself. You know what I mean? So it probably was kind of cloudy. You know what I mean? Suge knew how to court his artists. Like, he knew what to do. You know what I mean? Jimmy Iovine probably gave $20 million. Suge probably spent $5 million, so to say. But Suge definitely made it his business to show that he was all the way in. He was a person that you would think, I should be loyal to this person. I don't think Pac had an opportunity to see the disloyal shit. I mean, Pac hadn't sold no records yet. It wasn't time to count the bag. Suge was just gifting him and giving him a life that he probably had never lived and making him comfortable and putting all this stuff behind his project. And I think Pac was blossoming into an artist that he was kind of really happy with because, his hands, he was able to get whatever and whoever he wanted on Death Row. And to be running with all that power. It's no mistake about it, was Death Row powerful at that time. Who wouldn't want to be signed to like a label like Motown? But at that time, when you was talking about Motown and Death Row was the pick. So everybody was trying to play for the Death Row team. So I think he kind of enjoyed what Suge was doing. Suge was spoiling him, buying him gifts, jewelry, doing what he did to all of the artists and people that came around Suge. That's what he did.
So, do you think if Tupac would have lived and he would have seen some of the disloyal stuff that Suge Knight was doing, or Suge Knight not paying him his money, do you think he would have want to leave Death Row at some point?
Who wouldn't? Yes, definitely. But do we know if Suge would have been, disloyal to him? Nobody. That story is kind of like it never panned out. Can't pan out because Pac passed before to know, and then everybody started saying, "Oh, Suge did this and did that." Only the dynamics of the relationship between Suge and Pac, only people really knew that was Pac and Suge. And when you hear me speaking on it, I'm just like the third person that is watching and seeing. So like I didn't see those unhappy moments. And would he have shown those unhappy moments in front of me? Would he have talked about Suge in front of me? I don't know, because he knew that I was, so close to Suge. But Pac wasn't a person to hold shit back neither. I don't think he was fake kicking it with Suge. And it looked like he was all in. He was riding the death row shit harder than everybody around. So he didn't see that disloyal. He wouldn't have seen the disloyal thing of royalties. And then later come find out Suge wasn't even fucking getting some of the royalties he was supposed to be getting because he knew nothing about them. Nobody sent this dude to school to do the music business. He just knew how to fuck over people good. I'm going to keep this and get him a little bit. But he really wasn't expressing himself in the music business part himself. He was just putting together great records. Was he handling business? Hell no.